Hello. Hi, you guys. I'm going to check if the connection is working. Yes, it is. So today we're going to be talking about why acting is so hard while people are yelling in my street. I'm going to be pretty blunt in this live, and I'm going to be honest and make it very clear. I see a lot of actors when they start working with us, it goes like this, and you may catch yourself doing that. When you're prepping for an audition, you're getting ready, you're going there, maybe you're in your car and you're like in the last minutes of the training, you're feeling, it's like some intensity in your body and it's stressful. And you may feel like your body is starting to feel a little bit stiff and your mind is starting to go loopy and you're starting to have doubts about, your choices. You're starting to like be hard on yourself. Like, come on, we gotta do this right. And we gotta nail this. Look, so there's all this energy is like, like it feels, definitely not very fulfilling and hard. And then you're doing the audition and it's not fun. Like it feels painful. Or I sometimes hear people say like they feel like they're suffering when they're auditioning, like it's excruciating. So you may feel when you're doing the audition, whether you're in the room or whether you're on camera, you may feel like it's you're feeling disconnected. So you're feeling bad, wrong, maybe ashamed. You're feeling like clueless and stupid and incapable and not good enough. So you may feel untalented. So again, all of those things, you're prepping and there's all this tension that's building up, and then you're doing it and you're feeling so wrong and bad. And then when you walk away from your, tape or from your auditioning, you're feeling mad at yourself and ashamed and disappointed in yourself. Like you're really being hard on yourself after the fact because it didn't feel great, because you did prepare and you fucked it up, and you know that it was all messy and not fulfilling, not nourishing to your system. So you're feeling sad. Yeah, mad, sad, disillusioned. Really, what's wrong with me? And then you have all of these feelings and you go to the next audition or the next tape. So I get it, and I feel for you when actors start moving in our community and start working with us. This is what they bring in. And I really feel compassion, because as an artist, you don't want to feel all of this tension and stickiness and depletion and feeling wronged and bad and unfulfilled. Basically, that's really the opposite of why you would go into an artistic discipline in the first place. You feel passion and aliveness for your artistic discipline, and so when you are practicing it, you want all the butterflies. You want that love moving through you. And if you're feeling just the tension and the ickiness and the pain and the shame and the doubt and the spiraling and the looping, that really has nothing to do with what you signed up for acting for in the first place. And so if you've had that happen a little bit or many times, you must have found yourself in a lot of classes, doing a lot of new acting techniques, trying new teachers, new workshops, new books. You've probably listened to other actors or famous actors and try to see how do they do it. Like there's something wrong with me. I got to find some solution out there in books and shrinks and teachers and acting schools and workshops. And therefore spending a lot of your energy and a lot of your money, a lot of your resources into learning from others on how do I get out of this horrible tension loop and painful loop and shameful loop. Like, this is not why I'm acting. So why is it feeling so hard? And so usually when you find yourself doing everything that you can out there and doing all the classes and learning all the techniques and reading all the books and watching all the celebrity actors or listening to the celebrity teachers, it doesn't move the needle. So you go to your next audition and you're back into tension and pain and shame and being hard on yourself, and it's not paying off, right? All this time. So what I want to get to is the root of why it is so hard. And the root of why it is so hard, why you feel that it's so hard when you're acting, is just for one reason. And the good news is it's not your fault that you're doing that. And the one reason is that you're trying to do it right. So you're prepping for a scene, and you're taping a scene or auditioning a scene, and you want to do it right, or you want to do it better than others, or you want to be really good at it. And none of that is your job. That's your ego. Your job as an actor is to give yourself up, give that ego up, give those ego's needs up, and be the character and defend what they want in their circumstances, in their scene. And so when you're being the actor who has given themselves up to be the character and get what they want, there's no room for trying to do it right. So on one side, it's your ego. I want to do it right. I want to be good. I want to book. And on the other side, there's your character. And usually you go into an audition like this. You put your ego's needs in front of your character's needs. And that can never work. There's no art there. You have to reverse that. The character needs to be way more important than your ego. When they're really important, when you're 100% devoted to your character's needs and what they want, there's no room for your ego. So your ego just vanishes. And then you're fully present and you're fully you. So the thing is, why are you trying to do it right? Again, it's not your fault that there's an ego there. Is because you've been told to do life right since you were born. You've been told to not cry, and you were given a pacifier since you were born. You've been told to not get angry. You've been told to not get scared. You've been told to not be even too happy and too loud, because that's bothering everyone too, right? And then you went to school, and then you were told to shut up and sit down and go to the bathroom when you're told, not when you want to. And you eat when you're told, not when you want to. And you drink when you're told, not when you want to. And no, you have no say over what you're learning. You shut up, you listen, you do what you're told. You learn this. And you regurgitate it at that time. And we test you, and we tell you if you're good or bad. So you have been told to be good and to do it right, to behave right, to think right, like you were told to feel the way you were told to. So everything in your wiring, in your conditioning, in your education has been about telling you how to do it the right way. And so as you're hearing it, the right way is not your way. It's like there's this consensus. There is a right way to live, a right way to behave, a right way to speak, to eat, to feel, and to think. And if you do those things right, then you're safe. You won't be punished. You won't be humiliated. You'll be taken care of. And so inevitably you do that. So that's why it's not your fault. As a child, you had to drink the Kool-Aid and to follow those rules. If not, you weren't safe. So you did that for survival. And thank God you did it. You're alive. But now you're an artist. And if you're an artist, you need to rewind, because in doing it right, or even better than right, so that I'm better than others, you're not present. If I'm going to do it right for what people have said is the right way, or for what I imagine should be the right way, what I imagine that they want, well, you're not there. You're projected in an imaginated reality. But what we're actually interested in is for the artist to be themselves. If you're not being you at 100%, what do we have? We don't have any life. We don't have any presence. We don't have anyone there. So we have like a puppet, or we have something fake. We have something put on. And that's why it's so hard for you to act, because if you're going to try and do it right, which is something that doesn't exist, which is something you were told exists, but it's just a delusional society belief that there is a right way to behave, to think, to be, to feel. Well, if you're going to try that, it's painful, because your true self, your nature, your instinct, your freedom, your soul is in excruciating pain. You're not expressing yourself. You're not experiencing yourself through this character in that moment. You're not even present. You're not here. And yet you're trying to go there where it's going to be better and good and right. That's hard, and it can't work. It's like you're trying to reach a finish line that doesn't exist. It's like doing a marathon and never getting there. So what's effortless, however, is to be just like when you were a child, when you didn't know what people said was right and wrong, good and bad, when you were just an experience moment by moment. So when you were that free, you were being you. When you show up that free, like a rewinded version of who you are now, when you show up that free, acting feels great, and it's not hard, because it's what is. It's how you feel right now. And so I can hear some of you skeptics saying, yeah, but what if it's written that I have to do this and that? Yeah, you're still thinking from your conditioned mind that says there is a right way to do this. But a truly remarkable performance doesn't fit the script. A remarkable performance takes it to an alive level, takes it to a vibrant level, takes it to an artistic level where it's full of life. It's so full of life that it can't be put into words. So whatever is written on the script, it's just like a tiny 1% indication of what the writer has imagined. Your job as the actor is to bring life to that, your life. You can't bypass yourself. You can't neglect your authenticity, your freedom, your soul, your heart, who you are, your presence, your aliveness, and try to go for something that you imagined they want. There's no way you can bypass yourself, skip yourself, deny yourself, neglect your feelings and everything that's true to you and find any fulfillment. Fulfillment comes from truly, fully experiencing the moment. When you fully experience it, then people can see you. When you're not experiencing the moment, but your ego is in there battling, trying to get some results, some validation in the future, they can't see you. They can't experience you. You're not there. You're trying to make a sale. So it's really, really crucial before you start scoring and booking, and no matter how experienced you are. Some actors work with us and have been actors for, decades, 60, 70 years old, and have been acting all their life, and come to this work and do the work of rewinding to go back to how you were when you were a child, of resetting yourself to how free you were when you were born, before you got locked up in that cage, in that jail of good and bad, right and wrong, and conditioning. There's no freedom in there. There's no fulfillment in there. It's just hard. That's all there is. You're trying to reach a goal that doesn't exist without being in yourself, right? So first you need to be able to truly experience yourself. Then you'll be able to express yourself, right? But you can't skip the experience. That's why in the work we do with actors, we spend a month first resetting you, meaning rewinding, and undoing everything that's been learned in you that prevents you to really be you, undoing all of that conditioning, melting all of that cage, that straightening jacket, everything that forces you to behave a certain way, think a certain way, and feel a certain way, as if you were not good enough, as if you didn't deserve to actually live what moves through you instinctively and naturally. So we undo all of that, and we wake up parallel to that. We wake up your instinct, your deepest instrument, your natural, true self, the one you were born with. Without being you, it's gonna be hard. It's like trying to play tennis with no limbs. It's like you gotta have an instrument that functions like a human, like a pure human, like when you were a child, meaning stimulation enters, it vibrates a certain way in your instrument, which is going to be different than the child next door, and then it's fully expressed that way. We have to go back to that for you to be able to enjoy acting, for you to be able to really feel nourishment from acting and not depletion and hardship. So if this makes sense, you can definitely feel free to type free 100 in the comments, and we can send you some free training to start moving on that path of rewinding, of resetting. And we can get in touch with you and really listen to what you're experiencing as an actor, what type of hardship, when does it start, so we can attune to you and make sure that you can start undoing that and getting back into your truth and freedom. So I hope this made sense. Again, if you need more information, make sure that you are typing free 100 and we'll send you some free information. Boris, thank you for your comment. If we want to be good, he says it creates muscle tension on a micro level, and it creates a stress reaction. Yeah. All right. Good to see you guys. I'll see you next week, or maybe Wednesday if we have an interview. All right. Thank you. Bye.